This is very important information. None of it is an advertisement to take your money. So that fireplace effect that we hear in every episode, let's just turn. I'll just turn on the fire here.
It's a fireplace.
That is a fireplace that you're hearing.
It's a fireside chat that we're having between us and you, the listener, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay, you're going to hear some current event talk in this episode that is not current.
Yes, we recorded several episodes before we went live. So if you like what you hear at all, please support us on iTunes by just giving us 5 stars so that more people know that we're out here shouting into microphones.
Yes.
Also, well, you can talk about this because I hate this.
Jim hates this part of the show. You can vote for your favorite idea that we came up with in each episode. In the show notes, there's a survey link, and we will, maybe, at some point in time, do a bonus episode based on the winning idea.
Finally, if you have anything you want to say to us, anything at all, hopefully it's nice things. But even if it's not, if you have feedback for us, hit us up on any of our social media platforms or on the email. You can email us at doyouwanttomake.apodcast@gmail.com.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, @doyouwanttopod. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy.
Enjoy. I love you.
Bye.
Except hello, because now the show's starting.
So I don't know what is the correct genre of music that I keep listening to, but it's like it's like this electronic, but also bass dropping, but synthesizer-y stuff.
Is it EDM?
I don't know. Like,
Play something.
Yeah, I'll play you one. Jim noticed the microphone's on.
Play the thing.
Yeah, so basically when I'm working out, I like having just bass or just like instruments like with the tempo pushing me forward. Because when I listen to songs with lyrics, I'll sing along and I'll just get distracted.
Yeah, totally.
Bunch of shit. So, for instance, goddamn ads. I miss when YouTube was good and new and beautiful. So it's like, this is a song, When I Get There by Big Wild. I'm going to fast forward to where after the build up.
Yeah.
It's not EDM. It's not electronica. It's not dubstep.
No, it's definitely not dubstep. The only place I've ever heard anything like it is the menu screen for Rocket League. If you ever played Rocket League?
No.
All the music that they play sounds like this. But that doesn't help.
Okay.
But we could Google that later.
Right.
But right now...
We do not own the rights to that, by the way. Whoever's going to sue us, we do not own the rights. All credit goes to Big Wild. Sorry, I interrupted you, Jim. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, hey, Joe.
Hey, Jim.
Do you want to make a podcast?
I would love to make a podcast.
Yay!
We are in agreement then. We are well met.
Well met, sir.
Oh, yes.
Well met, traveler.
We are well met. Thank you.
What are you buying?
What am I buying?
What are you buying?
What do you have to sell?
I have fruit and vegetables, for this is a fruit and vegetable market.
I will take one of each of your finest fruit and your finest vegetable.
Yes, that's one fruit and one vegetable coming right up. There you are.
Preferably the edible kind. It's
yes.
not rotten.
Good news, all my fruit is edible.
But not your vegetables, just your fruit.
Most of my vegetables are edible, but all of my fruit is edible.
Very good, then.
Yes, excellent.
So what are we gonna podcast about, Jim?
Let me tell you.
Can I go? Because I had on my list just the word singing. And you were just singing. So We are such a good pair for this.
Oh my gosh, yes. Let's sing the rest of the podcast. No.
No, but like we love singing.
I do enjoy to sing. I've been told I have the voice of an angel, and that is not a joke.
I have told you that. Yes. That many a time.
And other people have as well.
My mother has told you that. Hi, Mom. Even more than I have told you that.
Yeah, your mom really likes to butter me up. So that way she can feed me inordinate amounts of food.
Mom, your food is so appreciated.
Yeah, your mom's great. My mom's also great.
I love your mom.
Hi, moms.
Hi, moms. I love both of our moms.
Yes.
Which are separate because Jim wants it to be very clear that we are not blood relatives.
I just want people to know that we don't have the same mom, because when the first time it sounded like we were both talking to the same mom, but like technically there are two moms. So we joke about having one listener, but we know that we have to have at least two.
At least two. Jim
Except I don't know if I want my mom to listen to this, because sometimes we say nasty words.
Like my mom expects me to say things she won't approve of. I don't know that your mom expects me to say things that she won't approve of. So I'm a little nervous for Jim's mom to be listening to this too. Mrs. Bloss, I love you, but I am who I am, and I like having a potty mouth. But yeah.
So singing. So that's your podcast premise. Man.
I'm a simple man, Jim.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. Let's expand this.
I am what I am. Bum, bum, bum.
You don't start singing that song, because
sometimes the deuces.
I will sing the whole song because love that song.
I will never. Well, I shouldn't say never, but I doubt I'll get to play that role. But I would have the most fun playing that role.
Yes.
Look. Okay. So my mom hasn't seen that play or that musical. Do you mind explaining, Jim?
So that is the 11th hour number of I Am What I Am from the musical La Cage aux Folles.
Based on the movie The Birdcage.
Actually, they're both based off a play of the same name of La Cage aux Folles.
Okay, great. I love when plays turn into movies and then turn into musicals.
It was a musical first.
It
was a musical in the 80s.
Okay.
And I don't think The Birdcage came out probably until the 90s or the late or 80s.
R.I.P. Robin Williams, we miss you.
That's the other person that was in that.
Yeah,
I could only think of Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane and Robin Williams. Yeah. We miss Robin Williams.
Yes.
But yeah, so Alban is the more effeminate of the two because
he's a drag queen.
He's a drag queen, and he sings this song about being I am what I am. And while I've never partaken in drag and whatnot, I just think that would be a fun role to play.
I mean, the songs that he sings in La Cage aux Folles, the musical, are very good.
Yeah.
That musical is really something because it's a musical by Jerry Herman. And Jerry Herman is very well known for the first two musicals he wrote, Mame and I think Hello Dolly was the other one. I could be wrong with that one, but I think it's Hello Dolly.
Sounds like a Jerry Herman musical to me.
And then he wrote, and those both came out in the 60s.
Right.
And then he wrote a ton of flops. And he was like, that's it. I'm done. I can't do it anymore, clearly. So I'm out. And like he was like, Harvey Fierstein actually wrote the book to La Cage aux Folles.
Harvey Fierstein.
And I think they...
Oh, yeah, Harvey.
Somehow, Jerry Herman was talked into writing the score. And it was huge. It was such a big success.
Oh yes, it was. I loved writing that musical.
And Jerry Herman got to go out on top. I don't know if he's still alive, but he hasn't written a musical since La Cage aux Folles.
You know who is still alive? Me, Harvey Fierstein.
He is, and he still sounds like
just like this.
Like he's smoked so many cigarettes.
But who else has this voice that is so goddamn charming?
Yes.
No one but me.
It is something that
I can't continue like that because I will not. I'm already hurting.
It destroys you.
My college voice and speech teacher is
cringing
at that right
when
now.
I was in college, speaking of doing drag, I auditioned for Pippin in college, and the director knew I could do a Harvey Fierstein voice, and asked if I was willing to play the part of Bertha, who's the grandma.
Ooh.
And they were like, "Oh, can you do your Highway Fire scene for it?" When I got called back, and I was like, "No, I am not going to do that voice for an extended period of time because it will destroy me."
What about like a sensible amount here for the podcast for the listeners?
Hold on, I need to get in the character.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimothy Bloss.
I use Edna Turnblad's lines from "You Can't Stop the Beat" to do it.
Please give me that, Jim.
Because that's what Harvey would sing. So it's around here, and and so just to do some lines like, "You can't stop my happiness because I like the way I am," and it's already destroying
Yours is
me.
so much better than mine.
It's destroying me though. It hurts so much.
I loved that.
Good, I'm glad.
I'm glad we've got that forever.
You know what? He also sounds like Mrs. Bighead from
Rocco.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life where I was convinced that Harvey Fierstein voiced Mrs. Bighead, which he did not. But I was convinced it was true.
Aren't you glad that we're doing a podcast about singing? And all that came from...
Oh, that's right.
All that came from singing. Now we're on Rocco.
We went... That was a great chain, though. We went singing to La Cage aux Folles, great musical, to Jerry Herman, to Harvey Fierstein, to Rocco's Modern Life.
Which is coming back.
It is, which blows my mind. There are so many things coming back. Let's take a second to do a podcast about all the things that have come back.
Bringing it back.
Because there are a lot of TV shows that have come back.
Yep.
And maybe they shouldn't have.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
Go. Start.
Don't you ever feel that, like, okay, fans taking ownership of things is great. If you want to do, like, fan art or fan fiction about what has happened to someone after, like, a lot of people do it with, like, Harry Potter and shit like that. Great. More power to you. If you want to do that and take ownership of it and as a fan and do that, that's great. And I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit because we recently talked about Arrested Development season 4 and how I love it. But when shows come back, they already had their story, and their story was crafted and it was made and they did it, and here's this little world and we're going to tie it off with a bow. There it is. It's tied off. It's done. Here you are, viewing public. I've given it to you. Please love it and care for it and let it grow.
Yeah.
Basically, what rebooting a series like, I don't know, Will and Grace or Roseanne or
Full House.
Basically, that's almost like giving someone a gift and then asking for that gift back so you can wrap it in different wrapping paper.
That's
and
great.
Give it back to them.
I really like the way you put that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. I think Fuller House would, like, first off, Fuller House is one that is the only one of those things that I've watched because Roseanne's not even out yet. It doesn't premiere.
I haven't seen any of them.
And I watched like an episode of a half of Will and Grace, and I was like, no. And only because it was on after, I think The Good Place was on right before it.
Yep.
Which The Good Place is excellent. You should watch The Good Place instead.
Okay.
But Fuller House, I feel like, would be a more enjoyable type of property if it was its own thing. That wasn't, like, constantly reaching back into, like, hey, remember when I was 9 and I said how rude a lot?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. So, like, if it was, like, a story
like,
about...
would less people watch it? Yes.
Yeah.
But would it be...
So, like, if this
better?
Instead, if it was a show, like, about Jesse and Becky's kids... off on, like, in college or something like that.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Or,
just, like, expand the world instead of come back to the
almost
original...
an identical world.
Yeah.
Or the other thing that is very good is on Netflix. If you want to watch Fuller House, and now this has turned into just a Netflix recommendation from your truly. If you watched Fuller House and you said, please gouge my eyes out with a spoon, but also give me a multicam sitcom that I can enjoy and love, might I recommend the Netflix sitcom One Day at a Time. Now, One Day at a Time was a sitcom about a single mom in the 70s.
Okay.
From Norman Lear, who's the same guy who I believe did like the Archie Bunker show and the Jeffersons and all those shows.
Sure.
He was like the producer that did all those. Now, this One Day at a Time is set present day. It doesn't have anything to do with the original One Day at a Time. So instead of being like a spin-off, it's a reboot.
Yeah. It's a reimagining. It's
yes,
not, which is right. I want to let you finish, but that's just like the second Jumanji movie, which I loved.
The second Jumanji movie was actually very good.
It was great because they reimagined.
Right.
They didn't reboot.
It was right, and it was kind of a sequel, but also kind of not.
Right. It was its own thing.
Right.
Which nodded at the original.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, go on with One Day at a Time.
But so One Day at a Time. Now it's still about a single mom trying to raise her two kids. And her grandma lives with them. And the reason I originally started watching the show is, guess who played? And they're Latin American. They're Cuban. They're Cuban American.
Okay.
Who do you think plays the grandma?
I could not say. Who?
Okay. Let me give you one hint and see if you can get it. It won't help you, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. She's won an Oscar.
Yeah. Nothing doing.
Okay. She won an Oscar for West Side Story.
Cheetah Rivera?
No! Rita Moreno.
Oh.
Cheetah Rivera won a Tony. She was Maria in...
I'm embarrassed.
The Broadway premiere.
I just assumed they put her in the...
No, Rita Moreno did it in the movie, I believe.
All right, well, I'm in the ballpark.
You are. That. You are. You. Good job.
Same role,
good job.
Same high,
yeah, no.
not same honor, but same role, a high honor.
Yeah.
Just wrong one. Wrong one.
I actually don't know if Cheetah Rivera won the Tony. I assume she did. But
shall we ask?
We can ask.
Did Cheetah Rivera win a Tony for West Side Story?
Okay, I found this on the web for Did Cheetah Rivera win a Tony for West Side Story?
Okay, this is why I hate Siri. Is because she doesn't answer the question. She's
just like, let me Google that for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can Google it myself.
No, but okay, Google, will give you the answer and more.
Yes.
It's far, far superior to Siri.
Yes.
But that doesn't answer the question.
Yes.
Oh, and she gives me the answer in Safari, not in Chrome, where I want it. Yeah. Not in the superior web browser, clearly.
All right. Siri's listening, though, so don't put her down too hard.
Oh, man. I don't care if she's listening. She's unhelpful.
But yeah, One Day at a Time is actually very good. The episodes are very thoughtful. Have I cried while watching it? You bet I have. Have I ever cried watching Fuller House? No, but I have turned it off.
I was going to say maybe you cried, but not because it was good.
Yeah, check it out if that's what you're looking for.
She did not win for West Side.
No. She's won for something.
Oh, she's won. Here we go.
Several.
She's run in 93. She won for Kiss of the Spider Woman. 84. She won for The Rink. 2015. The Visit.
No, she was not. She didn't win then. She was nominated.
Oh, nominee. You're right. I'm not even reading this right. Yeah. Okay. And then the rest are nominations. So The Rink and Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Yeah.
But she has her own awards named after her now.
Yes, Queen.
Right. Yes, Queen. Indeed. The most yes. The most Queen. So what else?
Fart knockers.
Oh, Jim, you broke your pen.
My pen is all broken, and it.
Whoa.
Sorry,
Jim. You're creating a lot of work for me in post production.
I'm sorry. Now. It just is really bothering me.
It's because there's ink everywhere, and I'm thinking now of that Nemo character who's like, "You guys made me ink."
Yeah, I've ruined this.
This
is the blanket I was looking for before. Okay, never mind.
Hey, so we're doing a podcast about singing.
We did get off. I'm
did.
Just making this worse. Oh no, there's a stain on my blanket. Oh. Oh no!
We could do
Let's do a podcast about getting stains out of things.
I was going to say we can do a First World Problems podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Starring Jim's stained blanket.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this pen is ruining my life, so I need to throw it away right now.
Okay. Jim's getting up.
I'm getting up.
He's
I'm gonna open the door.
going towards the door, and he's thrown it in the garbage. The pen is in the garbage. It will never see the light of day again.
Actually, I might have missed but I don't care.
We can do a podcast called Sports, where we
talk about how bad
we are at sports. But what are some ideas from your list there, Jim, for podcasts?
Yes, I have a list here. At the top of my list is milkshakes.
So, like the food or the song by...
No, don't even keep going with that. The food. The food, you beautiful idiot.
Well, thank you for calling me beautiful, though.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Well, I was trying to get a nice word in front of
Jim trying to be nice to me translates into you beautiful idiot. That's lovely. Okay, the food, milkshakes. Talk to me.
Milkshakes. So, here was my train of thought. Let's make different milkshakes. Yum, yum, yum. Let's try putting different things in milkshakes. What kind of things could we put in milkshakes? Well, there's all the classic things like Oreos and crushed Reese's Cups and M&Ms. I don't know if you really put those in milkshakes.
This would be a good time to share my McDonald's hack with the world.
Yes.
So this McDonald's hack... So basically, I'm going to give you the lineage. It's important. My buddy, Zachary Boswell. Hey, Zach. Before you could order a variant on the Shamrock Shake at McDonald's, Zach was like, Joe, you simpleton. Why are you just getting the plain thing? You should order a Shamrock Shake with chocolate in it and make a chocolate Shamrock Shake. I was like, God damn it, Zach, you are a genius. Fast forward 2 or 3 years, McDonald's makes that a part of their menu, right? So I'm on tour with some friends doing a children's musical. Oh, what an experience that was. And in the midst of that, I share with them, this is before they make it a part of the menu. I was like, guys, you got to take a Shamrock Shake and make it chocolate too. So my one buddy goes off and orders that. But the worker at McDonald's with a very, very stoner gaze was like, you want me to put Oreos in that? And my buddy was like, yes. So Zachary's idea to me then was the serve, and this dude just spiked it with Oreos. And the chocolate Shamrock Shake with Oreos, you've seen it, Jim. You've
seen it.
You've not only have you seen it, you've witnessed employees at McDonald's having their minds blown, even making the thing. They fucking love it.
I also witnessed you spill it all over the floor, and it might be one of the funniest goddamn things I've ever seen in my entire life, because let me set this up.
Oh, no.
He talked about this milkshake all day. All day. We were out to see something else, to do something else. He's like, oh, we're going to go to McDonald's later because they got Shamrock Shakes now. Let me tell you what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a chocolate Shamrock Shake with Oreos. And I'm like, Joseph, that sounds great, but like a regular Shamrock Shake is very good, and I don't have to feel awkward asking to go off menu, because that gives me a serious anxiety attack. Not into that. So he goes and he orders this. He's like, it's going to be great. Just look at it. And then he's like, yeah, look at that kid over there. He's saying he's going to get one later too. See, it's such a great idea. I'm a genius. Look at me, hot shot. He wasn't actually like that, but it makes it better. So then he gets some nuggets at McDonald's, because if you're at McDonald's, you might as well get some nuggets. We tried the Szechuan sauce
Had
too.
to get that Szechuan sauce,
Had to get
Morty.
that sauce, Morty.
Which was totally lackluster.
Yeah, it was fine. He turns around, and this milkshake goes from his tray to literally all over the floor. And I turn around and see it all over the floor, and my first reaction is to go, ha! Because I can't not laugh at this.
It was hilarious.
This boy who would not stop talking about his delicious milkshake, and he proceeds to dump it all over the floor. I loved my life in that moment.
Then what happened, Jim?
You got another one.
The service at McDonald's.
The services at McDonald's was very good.
Was amazing. This old lady And like, I have a hard time watching people of a certain age work in fast food.
Yeah.
Or any sites. It makes me think of my Nona, who I miss immensely. Rest in peace, Nona. This little old lady just comes up to me and is like, "We're gonna get you a new one," and I'm feeling like the biggest asshole, and I'm just like, "I didn't do this on purpose. I'm sorry." I grab napkins. I try to help her clean it up.
Yeah.
And she tells me, she says, "Oh, I know you didn't do this on purpose. Not like those teenagers." I was like, "What do you mean, not like those teenagers?" The ones that drive through the drive-thru and actually, people are still doing this. They're throwing soda into the drive-thru window. And I saw this old lady was telling me this with the face of somebody who's had to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
And it made me feel really sad.
Hey, kids. Treat people that are working with respect.
Yeah, don't be I've been shitty as a kid, but I never threw food at people.
That's true.
I'm not proud of most of how I behaved as a child, but I never did that.
That's true.
The fuck? Yikes. But anyway, a podcast about milkshakes.
Yeah, so I was thinking, and then we can get a little crazier with it. We can start to put different things in our milkshakes. And I was like, well, what else can you put in a milkshake? And I was like, well, you could put fruit in a milkshake. And then I thought, when does a milkshake stop being a milkshake and become a smoothie?
God damn it. I'm floored by that question.
Right? Like that is so I really just wanted to pose that question.
Fuck.
Because I was like, oh yeah, you could put like, I don't know, like
oh man.
Like I know that there's like Chick-fil-A has like a peach milkshake sometimes, like if you put just like peach flavoring in it, I guess it still stays a milkshake, but like what if you start putting like chunks of peaches in there and blend it all up? When does a milkshake stop being a milkshake and become a smoothie?
I think that is a subjective
because they
question.
are. I mean, yeah, because they are both dairy-based things with, and then, if you go with like a fruity type milkshake, like with fruit mixed in.
Yep.
I guess the big difference for me would be a milkshake uses milk and ice cream, and a smoothie typically uses yogurt instead.
Well, you know who shits all over that theory is the franchise Smoothie King.
Oh, yeah?
Because they have a smoothie called the Hulk, which is just a milkshake.
Oh, really?
With protein powder. And maybe some chopped bananas.
So it's just like protein sludge?
It is. Yeah, I think whether it's a smoothie or a milkshake.
Now, I've had one Smoothie King smoothie in my life, and I must say, I enjoyed it very much.
I drink them all the time, but their smoothies, that's
it's
just
it's like a strawberry banana one. I like the strawberry banana flavor.
They play fast and loose with the word smoothie. Because half of their menu
it is worth
is
pointing
shakes.
out that, like, just because it says it's Smoothie King doesn't mean they only serve smoothies. Like, Burger King doesn't only serve burgers. They also have chicken fries sometimes.
Most times.
I think they have them all times now. It used to be like a not regular thing. I don't know. I don't go to Burger King very often.
I remember when the chicken fry first came out, and it was like groundbreaking.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I ate one, and I was like, oh, it's like a lot of breading and like
no chicken.
No chicken.
Do you maybe it was just me, but I grew up. I loved Burger King chicken nuggets when they were in their prime.
I know that I got them a lot because the closest thing to my house was a Burger King.
Okay, so do you recall once the chicken fry came out for a while, they didn't sell nuggets. And when they did, it was like a sham of their former selves.
I don't really recall.
I still remember
the nuggets. Like
I remember eating nuggets and being, "What the fuck are these?" After the chicken fry.
Hey, yeah, nuggets, get out of here, nuggets. You're not my real nugget.
You're not my nugget.
You're not my real nugget. I don't have to listen to you.
I have to eat you. God. Yeah, so I'm kind of salty about chicken fries because to me they killed the nugget.
Well, I mean, Burger King just in general is, in my humble opinion, and like I said, this is not anybody else's opinion, but it's just not very good.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to rank the hierarchy of the fast food giants, Burger King would probably be pretty close to the bottom.
It's like the Pepsi to McDonald's.
And
Coke.
I think part of that is because the Burger King that was near my house, like my mom after a while like refused to go inside because it was so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like it was gross in there.
Not even drive-through?
No, she would be willing to do drive-through sometimes when us rotten kids were being like,
You damn kids.
rotten, and she's just like, I need to feed you. I guess we'll have Burger King.
Well, yeah.
I shouldn't. I don't know why my mom had this voice.
Almost Harvey Firestein.
Yeah, but that's fine. Mom, I love you. Thank you for everything.
How are we doing on time there, Jim?
We're doing this time.
Whoa, we barely touched the list. This flew by.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun and talking about Harvey Firestein. So let's just debrief very quickly. Milkshakes v smoothies. What does?
I think it is purely a matter of who you're trying to target.
That's that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. And I already talked about mine. So yeah, let's keep going.
Let's reflect back on our day here. We've talked about milkshakes. We've talked about singing.
Talked about Harvey Firestein.
Harvey Firestein, who, if we could get on this podcast, I would
love to meet Harvey Firestein just to like.
I would just sit here and let him go.
Yeah.
And just drink it all in.
He's a very incredible person.
That might be it.
I mean, we talked about a lot of things, but it was very tangential. We only really proposed 2 ideas. So we talked about singing and milkshakes.
Just look what can happen when you have 2 friends in a room.
Talking about singing and milkshakes.
Singing milkshakes. A milkshake that sings.
That doesn't go well together because we all know what dairy does to your vocal cords.
Or maybe that'll make it even more fun of a podcast. It was really bad singing.
If I'm going to sing, I'm going to do it right, baby. Like this.
Oh, okay. Perfect interject. Can we have your mom come on the podcast to do the Bloss call?
Maybe.
So, Jim's mother has this gorgeous operatic note that she calls out when we used to take bows in shows, and you could just hear it. A clarion call.
Yeah, she started it as it was like the signal to come home. Like she didn't have like a dinner bell or anything. So like when we were out playing, she would just go, oh!
That's it.
And then now she does it like if I'm ever in a play or anything, and like during the bows, she'll be like, "Hi, I'm here." Ah!
It's amazing.
It is very fun.
Yeah. So okay,
my mom's got charisma.
We will link in the show notes to, I guess, just the 2 ideas we came up with in this episode.
Yeah.
Milkshakes and singing.
Yeah.
What do you want to hear a podcast about, listener?
Yes. Tweet at us at doyouwanttopod.
Yeah.
On Twitter. Or shoot us your emails with any thoughts or any ideas you might have for
us to talk about.
For a podcast at doyouwanttomake.a podcast at gmail.com.
All right. You feel good?
I feel great.
Good.
Actually, I'm a little hungry.
Let's go eat some chicken.
Let's go get a milkshake.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Bye, Mom.
Goodbye. I love you. Bye, Mom.
Bye.